This is the 24th Petals snapshot of spring 2024, and today I'm going to talk a little bit more about learning. Did you know that the 10% time concept, which is more recently popularized by the likes of Google and other large tech companies, actually came from the company 3M in the 1950s as 15% time, not 10%, and that was the outcome of where Post-its came from. I learned that this week through my 10% time when I was listening to a podcast about leadership. But yeah, it got me thinking about the 10% time concept a bit more. So more recently, I've been doing a bit of research around my people and my teams to understand, are they using their 10% time? And if so, what are they doing with it? But the shocking results were that most people don't. I asked a very simple question: in the last month, how much time do you think you spent on your learning? And generally the numbers were quite low. There were a couple of exceptions that really made most of these opportunities, but the general blanket approach was no, not really. So I'm trying to look at ways to try and encourage and think about protecting some time for the people so they can actually focus on some self-development and learning areas. Some teams try to block out every Friday afternoon, which is a nice time to kind of wind down, maybe reflect on the week that you've had, and focus on some objectives or some learning areas that you've identified. Some teams do a whole day every other week. And some companies give you the opportunity to do it like once a month, just actually spending all of Friday learning. I'm open to all the suggestions. I feel like everyone should have some protected time to do some learning and self-development. And for me, I generally find the Friday afternoon concept works best. I put in some focus time on Friday afternoons. I make it tentative, so if people want to book a meeting, they have to ask first. And I will make the exceptions. But for me, it's an opportunity to, look back at the week. What have I kind of realised I need to look into a bit more? What do I need to learn more about? And give myself a bit of protected time to do some development, some coding potentially, some podcasting stuff, whatever it might be. Just based on my objectives, aligned with any business OKRs or team OKRs, and using that protected time to actually focus without any distractions. I even noticed yesterday, one of my colleagues, she had a headphone emoji on her Slack status, which to me suggests on focus time, I've got my headphones on, don't distract me. But I literally said, I can see you're busy, let's pick this up later, I just want to talk about X. So use statuses like that to your advantage to make sure people are not going to interrupt you while you are trying to focus on learning. There's my takeaway from the week, and that will wrap it up for this week. So I will be back on Monday with more Petals snapshots.